part of the visualization of what you need to happen. And then once you visualize it, then you got to go execute. They've done all that since he's become the head coach.
As Whittington takes it out to the 35-yard line, and really a dream start for the Seahawks, right? They're off.
Coach McDonald this week, he said, the three phases of the game are interwoven. It's not silo ball. I think the fans need to appreciate that. All 53 guys, individual phases. There's no way to beat good teams operating as three individual phases within one team.
Here's Kyron Williams looking for some space, and there's not much. He's going to pick up maybe 4. Runs into Ernest Jones. They got a middle of last year, and he's really kind of made this whole D come together.
Yeah, leading the team in tackles, all-pro. Just dominant second level, because that defensive line, they eat up a lot of blockers. They need people to collect tackles, and Jones does a great job of that.
And off here, Williams breaking free. Big run for Kyron Williams up to midfield for him. And the Rams get an 11-yard pickup that'll take.
Sign that Stafford made toward his helmet.
And it gives it to Nakua, who runs outside and then gets hit pretty hard, but keep on going.
And I think part of it is you just can't layer too many things into the offensive operation, which this is, I would consider them a perfect play offense. They only want to run plays, which is my favorite style offense, that they are pretty sure, and that's what they run. That's why the Rams have been so successful with Matthew.
Quick throw, it's Devontae Adams in stride, and a beauty of a throw and catch. Adams down.
One-on-one with Witherspoon, and that is a lot of hand fighting. Adams is as good as anybody on the release. Stafford, a perfect throw, 1 foot in front of the numbers. A little spark they needed from Adams. They have a bunch of guys. They have the operation. Now it's all about execution.
Here's Kyron Williams. Tries to get to the outside. He's tripped up. More on the communication, the noise, EA. What do you have?
Kev, another thing, Matthew, was 2015. Matthew told me he's been doing a little lunge, but here in Seattle, you got to get as low as you can go. His center, Coleman Shelton, said, I can hear the play call the lower you go.
Yeah, welcome to getting old. Here's Stafford back to throw. Pocket breaks down, throws high, and it's incomplete. There is Nick Eamon-Wari, who's had a sensational rookie year on the pass breakup.
Yeah, that's a match in Wari. The rookie comes in. He's such a big body, and with that length, see his right arm get in there. Creates a little pass disruption. His left arm.
3rd and 10. Stafford in trouble. Big trouble. Dropped and sacked. Ball is out. And they're going to say he was down as DeMarcus Lawrence gets home.
Matthew in the pocket.
And we bring in Dean Blandino. A couple things, Dean. It looks like they missed a face mask, and I guess that looked like a fumble, but the Rams got it back, right?
Correct. It was a fumble recovered by the Rams.
So they missed one there. Here's Mevis from 50 yards out. That kick is drilled right up and through. And so 2 field goals, Harris and Mevis, but they got their division rivals in their way. 10-6. Good start to this one. We see the Rams' strategy against Shaheed. They do not want him to return one on kicks. Who can blame them?
No action.
They'd rather have it on the 35. Downstairs we go to Tom.
Well, KB, had Mike McDonald become an NFL head coach before Harbaugh with the Ravens, that ultimately led to the University of Michigan back and now thriving in the NFC Championship.
Here's Darnold, pressure now, throws it. Smith-Njigba's got the catch up in midfield. That's a first down for the Seahawks. Yeah, I'd say that internship paid off.
JSN again on Darius Williams. It's kind of a deep little twisting curl route return opposite. And Darnold, a good job in the pocket, drifting away from the rusher. That's one that helps the offensive line so much.
Ball's on the ground, but Darnold recovers.
It helps the offensive line out so much because they're going to lose at some point. And it comes to the right and can push someone by. Here's the lost snap. So Sam's doesn't quite, know where he's looking. Nothing you can take for granted. You should never.
Second and long. 4-man rush. Pressure. In trouble and dropped. Braden Fisk gets the first Rams sack of the night.
Going over the right side, you got Lucas, you got Bradford.
In the second.
Yeah, and just winning, and they need
second
4-man rush to win today. They can't overextend themselves in blitz packages. Too many guys to cover out in these route calls and make an impact in every game with just rushing the 4 of them.
3rd and forever. They're just going to hand it off here. Lonnie tries to barrel his way for a couple, but that is going to bring out the punt team. So the Rams get a much-needed stop on defense with the big sack from Fisk, and they'll get it back.
Quarter.
Here's Michael Dixon, one of the best punters in the league.
Oh, boy.
There's a boomer. Xavier Smith way back at the 10, and he lost the ball, and he gets back on it. Boy, that was a... Backed up on their own 13. It's Blake Corum trying to give him a little space, and that will help. He's going to pick up 7 to the 20.
In such an advantageous position as you move from 2nd to 3rd down. The call sheet looks a lot different. One thing that this D-line does of defense, because these guys inside, they are an immovable object.
Here's Corum, jump cut. Corum, that is going to be enough for a first down. Strong run by Corum just to pick up 4. Every yard is so hard.
And I think also the crowd noise, it really is difficult on an offensive line because a lot of times their advantage is knowing the snap count. Their ability to crowd noise affects the offensive line so much over the course of this game and in this environment.
Getting a little bit of momentum now. Another strong run. Going to pick up about 5. These teams played twice this year, and they were
to be this #1 seed here. So many games come down to a 2-point conversion. Pretty remarkable.
Here's Parkinson, the tight end, and that is going to be good for a first down. First time that Stafford has targeted a tight end today, and they've been a huge...
The production they get from Higbee, Parkinson, Ferguson simplifies the defensive structure when you have all those tight ends on the field, and Matt just able to deal with the open guy.
Stafford rips one, 2 to Kua in traffic, and he hauls it into Seattle territory.
Tap, hey, here I'm underneath, here we go. Rather than call it out, we're going on silent count, and then this is just Nakua on the backside. Rick Woolen trying to lock him up.
That'll work.
A little booty tap. Let's just lets the center know, hey, give me the ball, give me the rock, I need it.
Here's Corum. And not much there on that right side. The great Corum has stayed in the backfield. Draw to him with some room to go. Corum gets to the edge. Blake Corum inside the 30 and down to the 25.
Typical draw. We watch Stafford drop back. Then the defensive line is all of a sudden attack in the middle of the pocket. You kind of spin around, and not really a delayed draw, but a patient draw. And then Corum, you just rarely get that type of space with this defense. Starts inside, and then with his...
Corum gets a break. Kyron Williams back in, and now he'll get it. Looking for something up the middle. He's going to pick up maybe 2. About 4.5 to go in this first half.
Yeah, they needed a long drive to settle that defense down a little bit, give Chris Shula's unit some time, and they've done it through running the ball. Few timely passes, a great throw by Stafford in traffic. There's Puka in the backfield.
Stafford looking at him, connects with Nakua, who was run out of bounds about 1.5 yards shy of a first down.
Yeah, when you put him back there, it's not for pass protection.
To your point, ball control is really evened up. Now, a 3rd and 1, where LA's 0 for 3 today. Williams, right side, first down and then some. Chugs his way down to the 11. How about the run game for the Rams?
Didn't give up anything last week. Suffocated the offensive line and the strength of that team, which is their run game. And the Rams, they do enough in the run game. They're very good in the run game. 7th in the run game by Stafford trying to get his team in the best play.
And we get a whistle. The Rams going to call a timeout to make sure they had the right play. Their first timeout of the half. And with that, we'll be right back after this message from
The ball in.
They go 3 tight ends. Here is Corum again. Looking for a seam, and not much. Played well by Seattle that time. Brings up 2nd down.
Every offense would love to run the ball in, and as you get closer to the goal line, those...
That's Nakua in motion. And they're not going to run anything. Going to take it down to the 2-minute warning. There you go. A little snoop to what, 14 of them, and most of them were inside the 10-yard line.
Yeah, if he gets, better believe Stafford's looking over there in his way.
Stafford looking, floats one. Williams wide open and he scores. Touchdown Rams.
Just ends up being slightly zone coverage, but they match the zone, so everyone's going across. I don't know how you lose track of Kyron Williams out there. Poor defensive communication, and that crowd is deafening. They don't have the normal type of communication, the linebackers and their coverage on running backs, and they were definitely miscommunicating there. Ends up getting him out of the backfield.